On June 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson died. That same day, Prince was rehearsing at Paisley Park when he got the news. He sent his band home, locked himself in his room for 4 days. Wouldn't come out, wouldn't talk to anyone. 7 years later, a reporter asked Prince about Michael's death. His answer was 5 words: "I'm too close to it." For decades, the world believed Prince and Michael Jackson hated each other, the rivalry, the competition, the refusal to collaborate. But when Michael died, Prince's reaction revealed the truth. And it changes everything we thought we knew about their relationship. In 1983, James Brown was performing at the Beverly Theater in Hollywood. He spotted 2 young stars in the audience and called them up on stage. Michael Jackson and Prince, the king of pop and the purple one, together for the first time. Michael went first. He sang with James Brown, hit his signature dance moves, and brought the crowd to their feet. Standing ovation. Then it was Prince's turn. Prince played guitar, whipped off some of his clothes, let out a trademark scream. Then he tried to swing from a prop lamppost beside the stage. The lamppost was made of papier-mâché. It collapsed. Prince tumbled into the crowd. Public humiliation. In front of Michael Jackson, in front of James Brown, in front of Hollywood's elite. According to producer Quincy Jones, Prince was so mortified he waited in his limo outside the venue. Michael claimed Prince wanted to run him over. He waited in the limousine to try and run over him. Jones told GQ years later, Michael never let it go. In recordings for his 1988 autobiography Moonwalk, he said, "He made a fool of himself. He was a joke. People were running and screaming. I was so embarrassed. It was all on video." The rivalry had begun. In January of 1985, Lionel Richie called Prince. He was organizing We Are the World, the charity single to raise money for famine victims in Ethiopia. Every major artist in America was gathering at A&M Recording Studios in Hollywood. Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, and Michael Jackson, who'd co-written the song. Richie wanted Prince there. "I sat on the phone with him for the longest time," Richie later recalled. Prince had just attended the American Music Awards a few hours earlier. There was nothing stopping him from hopping in a taxi. Prince said no. He never showed up. Michael took it personally. In his Moonwalk recordings, he said, "I don't like to be compared to Prince at all. I have proven myself since I was real little. It's not fair. He feels like I'm his opponent. I hope he changes because, boy, he's gonna get hurt. He's the type that might commit suicide or something." Michael added, "He was so rude, one of the rudest people I have ever met." Prince is very competitive. "He has been very mean and nasty to my family." 2 years later, Michael tried again. He was working on his album Bad with producer Quincy Jones. He wanted Prince to duet with him on the title track Bad. They invited Prince to Michael's house at Havenhurst to discuss it. Prince showed up wearing an overcoat and carrying a big white box labeled Camille. According to Jones, Prince called Michael Camille to his face. The box had cufflinks with Tootsie Rolls on them. Michael thought there was voodoo inside. He was terrified. Prince also had issues with the lyrics. The first line of that song is "Your butt is mine." Prince told comedian Chris Rock years later, "Now I said, who's gonna sing that to whom? Because you sure ain't singing it to me. And I sure ain't singing it to you." Prince didn't do the duet. The role went to Wesley Snipes instead. By the mid-'80s, Prince and Michael Jackson were at the top of their respective games. The musical equivalents of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, both coming off massive record-breaking albums. Thriller and Purple Rain. Both had built up legendary mystiques by rarely granting interviews and cultivating eccentric, constantly shifting images. No other 80s stars evoked the same level of fascination. Not Madonna, not Bruce Springsteen, not Bono, just Prince and Michael. And they watched each other obsessively. On February 28, 1984, Prince was at home watching the Grammy Awards. Michael Jackson won 8 Grammys in a single night, including Album of the Year for Thriller. When the broadcast was over, Prince turned to his drummer Bobby Z and said, "Next year, that's gonna be us." Prince's album Purple Rain and the accompanying film were still unfinished, but he had a good idea of what he had. And according to Bobby Z, the very idea of making the Purple Rain movie was inspired by the massive success of the Thriller video. Thriller lights the world on fire. Bobby Z later said, "It's not a video, it's a mini-movie. Throw that gas on Prince's fire." A mini-movie? MTV? "This is mine. I'm taking this now. That's not acceptable that someone else has it. I'm going to make the full movie." Prince didn't just compete with Michael. He competed with everyone. But Michael was always at the front of his mind. And Michael was the same way. According to promoter Randy Phillips, when planning his ill-fated comeback tour in 2009, Michael would talk about Prince constantly. Michael said, "God channels this through me at night. I can't sleep because I'm so supercharged," Phillips recalled. Kenny Ortega, the show's director, said, "But Michael, we have to finish. Can't God take a vacation?" Without missing a beat, Michael said, "You don't understand. If I'm not there to receive these ideas, God might give them to Prince." Even at the end of his life, Michael was still competing. For decades, the media portrayed Prince and Michael Jackson as enemies, polar opposites. Jackson was the innocent man-child. Prince was the licentious rebel. They avoided each other at award shows. They refused to collaborate. They took shots at each other in interviews, but there was something nobody knew. Something neither of them ever said publicly. In a 1997 interview with comedian Chris Rock, Prince was asked directly if there was beef between him and Michael. Prince's answer was simple: "Not to me, no." When a reporter asked who would win in a fistfight between them, Prince laughed. "Michael's not a fighter, he's a lover." When the crowd's laughter turned into a roar, presumably because of the child abuse allegations against Michael, Prince shut it down. "Can I just say something? I've never really spoke publicly about Michael. We should all just kind of like chill, because it's, he may know something none of us really know." Prince defended Michael publicly. During the worst moment of Michael's life, that wasn't the behavior of an enemy. That was something else. Prince was rehearsing at Paisley Park when the news came. Michael Jackson had died. Cardiac arrest, age 50. The entire world stopped. Prince sent his band home. For days, he locked himself in his bedroom for 4 days. Wouldn't come out. Wouldn't talk to people. Days later, Prince was scheduled to headline a concert in Switzerland. Author and talk show host Tavis Smiley was there. At 1:30 in the morning, after the show, they went back to Prince's hotel room, the presidential suite at the top of the hotel, overlooking the Swiss Alps. From 1:30 a.m. until the sun came up, Tavis Smiley listened to Prince talk for hours about Michael Jackson's genius, about his respect for Michael, about his own mortality, about what Michael's death meant to him. "I listened to him talk about his respect for Michael Jackson's genius," Smiley later told Conan O'Brien. "He realized one day he would be meeting with mortality, so I sat and listened to him talk. But that moment is something I'll never forget. Listening to this one artistic genius revel in the dignity and the humanity and craft of another artistic genius." Prince never made a public statement about Michael's death, but according to multiple sources, he was deeply affected, shattered. In October of 2009, a French reporter asked Prince how he felt about Michael Jackson's death. Prince gave a 5-word answer: "It is always sad to lose someone you loved." Someone you loved. Not competed with, not rivaled, loved. In 2014, 5 years after Michael's death, Rolling Stone asked Prince to elaborate on his feelings. His answer was even shorter: "I don't want to talk about it. I'm too close to it." Too close to it. After years of supposed rivalry, after decades of competition, after refusing to collaborate, after all the public tension, Prince was too close to Michael Jackson's death to even discuss it. Here's what nobody talks about. Prince and Michael Jackson weren't enemies. They were mirror images. Two black artists who transformed what it meant to be a pop star. Two geniuses who couldn't escape constant comparison. Two men who understood what the other was going through because nobody else could. They competed because that's what legends do. They pushed each other to be better. When Michael won 8 Grammys, Prince made Purple Rain. When Prince dominated the charts, Michael made Bad. They made each other greater. But they also respected each other deeply. And when Michael died, Prince locked himself in his room for 4 days because he'd lost someone who understood him in a way nobody else ever could. In the years after Michael's death, Prince began covering Michael's song, "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" on tour. His fans were stunned. Prince covering Michael Jackson, the purple one, paying tribute to the king of pop. It wasn't a rivalry. It never was. It was love. Complicated, competitive, painful love between two artists who couldn't admit it publicly because the world wanted them to be enemies. On April 21st, 2016, Prince died suddenly at age 57. Accidental overdose of fentanyl. Just like Michael, he died from painkillers. Just like Michael, he died too young. Just like Michael, he left the world stunned. Michael Jackson died on June 25th, 2009, the 25th anniversary of Purple Rain's release. Prince died 7 years later, still too close to talk about Michael's death, still carrying the weight of losing someone he loved. Two legends, two geniuses, two men the world thought were enemies. But when Michael died, Prince locked himself in his room and mourned in private. And when Prince died, the world finally understood. They weren't rivals. They were brothers. And the truth Prince finally admitted in those 5 words to that French reporter was the truth the world needed to hear. It is always sad to lose someone you loved. If you want to hear more untold stories about the legends who changed music history, subscribe to King of Pop and hit that like button. Stay tuned for more content.